Nerf this!
Hey guys, welcome back to Clash with Corey. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I do try my best to answer all those. And check out the details on my videos when you get a chance. You know, if you exit full screen, there's a little arrow you can click that expands it down. And that's going to have a lot of good links in there for you. You got a link to my Discord server if you want to come hang out with me. We got links to WHF recording Discord servers if you're interested in joining the WHF family or just want some information on what you need to do to prepare for that. Got that link in there, and we've also got links to WHF's live streamer Carbon Fin. So if you go ahead and follow his channel on Twitch, you get notifications when we're finishing up a war live, when he's streaming it. If you want to see that action as it's going on, go ahead and give him a follow. With that, let's get into today's video. This one is due to request. You guys know I cover a lot of Town Hall 10 content. It's definitely my favorite to cover, but not everybody's Town Hall 10. So we got subscribers that are requesting, hey man, give me some more Town Hall 11 videos. Somebody even asked me, hey, can you do a base identification video for Town Hall 11? And I'm like, all right, I think I can do two birds with one stone. So that's what we're going to try to do today. Base identification for Town Hall 11. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Town Hall 11 attacks we're going to show. We're going to look at the bases and see why they were a good option for those bases. With that, let's get in. We're going to start with a fairly simple one. We're going to go Hex's Queen Walk Miner attack on number 6. Hex 6-pack this war. So did Tautogram. We're actually going to get a chance to see both of Hex's hits because he used two different hits. Tautogram used, let me see, Queen Charge Lalo on both his, so we'll just show one of those. All right, so let's go and start right here. This was a cleanup attack, so they knew exactly what was going to be in the CC, and that figured into the decision to use Queen Walk Miners on this. I believe it's a Lava Hound. And we're going to see that here shortly. If you look at this base, you know what I mean? If you throw a Queen Walk down on this side, we don't have any singles that are going to be able to reach her. We don't have any air defenses over here that are going to be able to pick off those healers. So really nice, clean side to send a Queen Walk down. And if we start taking out some of these buildings on the edge with that Queen Walk, we're left with a nice thin path through the rest of this base for miners. So that's what's making this a really good choice. Now he's probably going to throw his king down on the other side right over here, trim this trash, and make sure we have a nice little runway through that base where the miners can stay focused, where the heal spells can be effective, and really get a lot of value out of them that way. So, Queen's down. Got the wall wrecker kind of coming in, trimming some of those corner buildings as well, making an even thinner path into the base for the miners. Also doing some tanking as well. I don't know where that warden's going, man. It would be really nice if he would stay with that huge pack of miners in the middle. Anyways, it is a lava loon in the CC, so he's got a poison down on that. I already used 2 of his heals. 3 now. Good heal. Great heal in the core there. Giant bombs in there. A rage in the core too, because they were looking at an Expo and an enemy CC. Some high hit point defenses. This point you want to get him through to that eagle really fast, because that eagle can really rain down a lot of damage on any of your troops, but especially a large pack of troops that are closely packed together, because that does do splash damage. So, unfortunately, they avoided the eagle, and that sucks, but, you know, he's got enough miners going, and he's, you know what I mean, still got to heal. His Queen Walk's still going strong around the other edge, so even though they're kind of going to end on the eagle, which is unfortunate, just kind of the shape of the base and the CC that they used didn't really matter in the end. Gonna get it anyways. That hound in there is doing absolutely nothing. It does almost 0 damage, you know, very, very little damage, so... And sure enough, they're going to end on that eagle. Alright, they hop under before the rest of those eagle blasts land. So yeah, ends on that eagle. That could be tough to do, but due to the shape of the base and the CC, didn't really matter. It's able to take it out really well. I mean, that wasn't close. He had plenty of miners left. His queen was doing great. So excellent raid by Hex there. And a big part of that one, why that worked, was because of that lava loon in the CC. That definitely opens you up for miner attacks. But the shape of the base definitely helped as well. So now we're going to take a look at guys hit on number 8. This is a fresh hit that she pulls off here. This is a Go Boho with a wrecker coming in. Now, look at this. Let's take a look at this. So, Queen all the way in here on the back, in the middle of this base, really well tucked in. Here's the town hall. She's going to bring in a wrecker right over here and get all the way into that queen. She's going to use a jump spell, going to use a warden ability with that kill squad, a golem, some bowlers to really get a deep push into the base. And another key thing she does here, look at this electro dragon on the left, using that electro dragon for funneling, and it's going to do some huge work. It's going to take out all these buildings up here with that chain, and it's also going to come in here and take out these buildings right here as well, keeping his kill squad focused in here so they can jump through and get that queen kill. And so if you can get this whole section of the base taken out, you're left with a nice thin path to run your hogs through. So let's see how she pulls this off. Got the golem coming down first for some tanking. Brings his warden in behind. Give that golem the little bit extra HP with that aura. And that Electro Dragon's coming in now. You see it's already taken out that side of the funnel just fine. And now it's going to come in and start taking out even more of those defenses on the corner. So Kill Squad's coming in. Wall Wrecker's still breaking walls. Pops a Grand Warden ability. Really needs his her Wall Wrecker to make it through that third layer of walls. So have a Lava Hound in the CC. Remember, this was a fresh hit. Didn't know what was going to come out of the CC. So the Queen's going to get stuck on that for a little while. But it's already popped. And already got that jump down. We've already got the enemy Queen down. She's still got her Queen with an ability left. And she's going to be able to pop that for some more value as soon as she finishes cleaning up the rest of those pups. At this point, hogs are already down. Got the first heal down as well. Just a nice thin path left through the rest of this base. So she's going to get really good value out of those heals. Unfortunately, the enemy king is still up, so he's going to be chasing those hogs around for a little while. Now, her barbarians left over from her king's ability have now targeted that enemy king. It's got a wizard in there, some archers as well, taking him out. So at this point, she's got one heal left. Pretty nice group of hogs coming through, but they're hitting some spring traps. It's going to get a little close. Maybe could have moved that last heal back just a skosh so that it covered the front of those other defenses as well. Maybe delayed it just a little bit. I don't know. I'd have to rewatch it to be sure, but still, for a fresh hit on a Town Hall 11, you know what I mean? Coming in from the far side, coming into that base super deep, all the way to the other side to get the queen. Excellent value on that kill squad. Really brilliant using that electro drag to funnel. That's not something I would ever thought of because we don't have those at Town Hall 10. You know what I mean? So definitely brings a new facet into the game, a new tool for you to use as a Town Hall 11 or 12. If you see an opportunity where there's buildings are only one space apart, Electro Dragon can be a really good funneler in certain situations, and this is a really good example of that. So with that, this base is absolutely wrecked. So some excellent base identification from Skye there, knowing that if she used her Warden ability and got that funnel set up, she could get all the way to the other side of that base to get the queen and really leave a nice path left for hogs. Brilliant attack. So now we're going to go take a look at number 9. And this is going to be Hex's second hit. This is also a fresh triple. And this is going to be a queen charge hog attack. And let's take a look at this base right here. Let's see where he starts. All right. So right here, he's going to be taking advantage of this channel that goes right between here into this base and gives him access to the Eagle, enemy CC, enemy Queen, access to a lot of stuff from in here. But look at the single target Inferno. Ah, man, that single's definitely defending that charge, right? Not anymore. Now that we have the siege machines, we're seeing a lot of these guys just use them to direct target those single target Infernos and take them out so that a walk that would otherwise be defended or charge that would otherwise be defended is now available. So you're going to see him do that right here. He's going to walk his queen down this side and then send in his king with a siege machine to come and take out this quadrant right over here so that we can get rid of that single so this queen's going to be safe to charge into that base, get the Eagle, enemy CC, enemy Queen, and really carve out a huge chunk of this base as well, leaving a nice path left for his hogs. So, and he's also going to have access to the enemy king from in there. Either going to get it with the siege machine or the queen charge. So, but either way, got access to both heroes, and that's why hogs are a really good option for the back end. You see on Totogram's hits too, he took really good advantage of charging a queen down through some of these open channels and bases as well. Gets the first rage down on the queen, sends the warden in with her, give her a little bit extra health on that charge. I'm not sure if he's going to pop the warden with the queen walk or if he's going to count on a transfer to the hogs. But we will find out. So king and a baby dragon are cutting in the side of the funnel over there so that siege machine goes in, and once it pops, the Valks can really stay concentrated as well. Alright, so it opened up the Inferno compartment there. He's got max Valks popping out. So they took down the enemy king, and they're going to clutch that single target Inferno as well. At the same time, he's got a poison down on the enemy CC, which came out to his queen. Got another rage down on her and the warden. She still has her ability, and the warden still has his ability as well at this point. Excuse me. So with that, the hogs are going to go ahead and come in. Did end up popping his warden ability to save his queen. She was taking some really heavy fire in there and getting ready to come in contact with the enemy queen. She does still have her ability, though. So with that, he's got one of his heal spells down for those hogs already, and tons of hogs left, man. Lots of hogs. Really able to get some great values. Queen's still alive. She's still in there trying to snipe defenses. So spreading out a little bit on the hogs there. Gonna get his last heal down, covering in between that Inferno Tower, which is a possible giant bomb location, and that Wizard Tower. Good call, because there's a ton of skellies chasing his hogs around right now, and if unhealed, they can do a lot of damage. With that, the last defense is down. The hogs are going to go ahead and turn on those skellies. Queen is still up. Warden's still up. Still got healers on him there. And when you keep your queen up through the raid, she really does a nice job helping clean up as she goes as well. So even if she's out of range of defenses, she's just picking off, some high hit point buildings inside the base there. That really helps you with your cleanup time, which is really helpful because queen charge based attacks are, by nature, they're slow attack. By nature, they're tight on time. You know what I mean? So next, we're going to go ahead and take a look at dial or texagrams Sui Lalo on number 10. So, this base was hit a few times. So, basically, he's trying to get this whole section taken out. This section does contains the Eagle Artillery, and it contains both of the sweepers. So, really high value section here. If you plan on doing a Lalo on the back end. So, and also, what happens if we manage to take out this whole section over here? If we take out that whole section, we're left with a nice L shape through the rest of this base. You know what I mean? It does have all 4 air defenses. It does have 3 wizard towers in it still. And it's also got the enemy queen in there. So, I don't know, man. Is it something that I would have tried to Lalo? Man, I'm probably not comfortable enough with Lalo to try and Lalo a section of the base that big with that many wizard towers, that many air defenses, enemy queen, all that stuff. But you know what? This base has a Hound Loon in the CC, and he knew that from previous attacks, so that figures into he really didn't want to deal with the Hound, so he brought a blimp in to take out the Eagle and got one of those sweepers and a few more other defenses as well. Now he's going to come in with the Suicide Heroes, try and take out more of these defenses. So if he runs this right, he really is not going to have to deal with this Hound at all. So that's a definite advantage there, not having to deal with the enemy Hound on this raid. Especially if your queen locks onto that Hound. Her value's pretty much gone. It takes her so much time and HP if she's in range of other buildings to get through that Hound and all the pups. It really negates her value through the rest of the base. So with that, he's going to go ahead and bring in his Lalo. Going to choose to fight the sweeper there. I'm not really sure why. Probably counting on his queen to take out some more of those defenses on the left so he had less to end on. But he's got some haste to get through that anyways. Haste coming down. Probably going to be a rage over that single, I would guess. No, he's going to save that for the queen kill. Doesn't need a rage right there yet. Alright, so he targets it in a little bit so that he's going to be able to really cover that queen kill. If she decides to hop back over that wall, that rage is still going to be covering that area. Uses the Grand Warden ability on that big pack of loons in the middle, and it also catches the skellies in that as well. So if they were in an area where they could be targeted by a wizard tower, a bomb tower or something, when they're in that Warden ability, they become invincible as well. So they're able to get that queen kill done, even if they're under heavy fire. So with that, man, he crushes this base. I mean, to me, it looked like a lot of base left to Lalo, but obviously to him, not such a big deal, 3 wizard towers, 4 air defenses, enemy queen. Nah, no problem. No problem for Texagram. You know what I mean? This base did take us a few tries. This was not an easy attack. I think there were several tries in this one beforehand leading up to this. You know what I mean? With small tweaks on those plans to really get it perfected and really get it done. So, beautiful triple by Texagram, getting that one done. And again, the Lava Hound and the CC factored into the choice on this attack. That's probably why we were bringing in a wrecker somewhere to get a bunch of value. Choose to use the blimp with loons, because none of that is going to draw the Hound or the loon, which can't target air troops. And then walking the heroes down the outside of the base so that once again they're not drawing that Hound. They don't have to deal with it at all during the raid. So that definitely plays a part. If you know the enemy CC, that definitely plays a big part in what kind of attack you're going to use. Whether you're going to charge in, break in, or just kind of suey around the outside. So it definitely plays a big part. So with that, let's go ahead and take a look at this last attack. We got Totagram with a Queen Charge Lalo on number 11. He's 6-packed with Queen Charge Lalo. I'm just going to show one of them. And you know what? I mentioned this on Hex's Queen Charge on number 9, that we saw this a few times this war, taking advantage of these little channels right here to charge a queen inside the base and get a ton of value. Once again, you're going to see he's going to be able to reach the eagle, going to be able to reach the enemy queen, the enemy CC, going to grab a sweeper right there. You know what I mean? 2 wizard towers inside of here. You know what I mean? Not to mention all the value he's going to get on the way in on this charge on this base. Once again, we're seeing this little channel defended by a single target Inferno, but just like we saw on Hex's Queen Charge Hog Hit, we're going to see that single get taken out with a siege machine, with this time with the blimp with max loons in it to really open up and make this charge down the middle of this base possible to get all this value. So with that, let's go ahead and press play. Got an excellent start, you know what I mean? Right over there on the left-hand side, not a lot of mystery, no indents. You know where your queen's going to go when you start her there, and just uses 1 wizard on the left to cut in that side of the funnel. So, one thing they weren't 100% sure about was whether she was going to step back in and grab that expo. Sometimes she does, sometimes she doesn't, but they thought that she probably was, and they were absolutely correct. She's going to step over to her right now and grab that expo on the way in as well. If you see on the right-hand side, he's got archers over on the town hall, just kind of starting on some early cleanup, because that town hall has a ton of hit points. So now the king comes down, cut in the other side of the funnel, and he's going to tank. He's going to start tanking for, you know what I mean, the cannons and that archer tower. Now he's going to bring the blimp in, full of max loons, with a haste, to go ahead and come in, just target that whole section. Remember, the big goal there is to get that single target Inferno. His queen gets super close on health. He had a lot of stuff to do there all at the same time, but he manages to get that rage down just in time where she isn't killed by that enemy king. So we got some witches and stuff coming into the enemy CC there. Just kind of finishing up that CC kill. Those max loons were still in there. Look at how much damage. Look at 12 o'clock. Look how much damage was done in that top section of the base. Just with that blimp, the king tanking, and you know what I mean? They took out that single to open up the charge, but also took out a huge chunk of this base as well. So charge is going really good at this point. Now he's going to come in and get the queen kill, grab an expo, grab those 2 wizard towers, and you know what I mean, and that sweeper as well. So I don't think he's going to have any sweepers to fight with through the rest of this base. Now look at this. His queen is going to go nuts. Instead of standing in there and taking these defenses one at a time, she's going to follow these frickin' skellies right through here and just die. Look at that. Suicide mission, bunch of defenses, and she's dead. So that was really, really unfortunate that happened. She should have been in there grabbing those 2 wizard towers. So she just bounces out and basically just dies real quick right there. But, you know, it was such an overpowering attack anyways that he's able to get that anyways. Still able to get good value on the queen charge. So that's why the back-end attack on this still worked anyways. Uses the warden ability. You know, since she doesn't get as much value as she was supposed to, it does get a little bit close, but you know what I mean? Not fighting any sweepers. More than enough loons to get the job done. So with that, we'll go ahead and speed through the rest of this. Alright, with that, I hope you guys liked the video. I I don't know, I probably wasn't as specific as I intended on being for this video, and I apologize for that. I'm not a Town Hall 11 hitter, so when I do these, when I commentate on Town Hall 11 attacks, I'm going to miss stuff, you know what I mean? I mean, even in Town Hall 10 videos, I'm always going to miss stuff. Every time I go back and watch my videos, I'm like, oh my gosh, I missed this, I missed this, I missed this. Do I re-record the whole thing 5 times until it's perfect? Probably not, man. If I was doing that, I'd only put out 1 video a week, you know what I mean? So I realize that I missed stuff, and I apologize for that, but I'm going to tell you that I definitely do the very best that I can to try and keep up with these attacks live, not pause them too much, and try and touch on as many of these things as possible. So I apologize for the stuff that I missed. You guys are going to see some stuff that I forgot to mention, you know what I mean? And you know what I mean? It happens. But I definitely do try to do the best job that I can and cover as many of these details as I can on these videos. So I hope you liked the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.
Nerf this!